10 Most Mysterious People. Number 10. Umbrella Man. JFK's assassination in 1963 was a significant moment in American history. The event was filmed and all witnesses were questioned except two. One of the two was nicknamed the Umbrella Man due to his large black umbrella despite it being a sunny day. Seconds before the president was shot, he began to spin the umbrella clockwise, leading some to believe that he was signaling for someone to shoot the president. Others believe the umbrella housed a mechanism that when turned fired a bullet. After the assassination, the man then sat on a curb for a moment before entering the Texas School Book Depository before disappearing completely. His identity has never been discovered despite many appeals by the FBI to try and track the man down. Number 9. The Poe Toaster. The Poe Toaster is a name given to a mysterious man who visits famous American author Edgar Allan Poe's grave in Maryland, USA every year. The man was first sighted in 1949, a century after the Poe's death. The man visits every January 19th and dresses in all black hooded robes with a silver-tilled cane. The man always raises a cognac toast and then leaves 3 red roses and the half bottle of cognac on the grave. There have been no attempts to interfere with the toaster or unmask him, most likely out of respect for the tradition. Number 8. Jack the Ripper. In London 1888, 5 prostitutes were brutally murdered, all by the same person. The killer slit the victims' throats and abdominal and then took out their internal organs. The way the victims were murdered suggests that the killer had surgical knowledge. While investigating, police received many letters taunting them and giving them subtle clues. The letters were all signed Jack the Ripper. However, his identity and motives have never been discovered. Number 7. Satoshi Nakamoto. Satoshi Nakamoto worked years to create the highly valued currency of Bitcoin. Nakamoto made sure to cover his tracks so that his identity was never revealed. After Bitcoin's launch, Satoshi stopped talking to anyone online and hasn't been heard from since 2011. The unidentified man now controls billions of dollars of the untraceable currency. Number 6. Tank Man. On June 5, 1989, the Chinese military was suppressing the Tiananmen Square protest. In an effort to aid the protest, one unbelievably brave man stood in front of a column of tanks. The tanks tried to go around the man many times, but he kept moving in front of them, allowing the protest to go on for longer. The man's identity and fate was never released due to the restrictive government of the time. Number 5. The Babushka Lady. The only other person except the Umbrella Man not to be questioned about witnessing JFK's assassination was dubbed the Babushka Lady due to her babushka headscarf. She was also one of the few witnesses who actually captured the assassination on film. After the shooting, she joined the crowd of spectators before disappearing. The FBI requested the woman come forward, but nobody ever did, and her identity is still unknown and her footage has never been seen. Number 4. The Zodiac Killer. The Zodiac Killer was an American serial killer who operated in California in the 60s and 70s. He was infamous for cutting this symbol into his victims. He sent many cryptic letters to the police taunting them and bragging about the number of people he had killed. Despite his many letters and 37 murders, his identity is still unknown, and the only image of him is this police sketch. The Zodiac Killer will likely never be identified and is still on the loose today. Number 3. The Gibbons Twins. June and Jennifer Gibbons were born in Wales in 1963 and grew up as social pariahs who were frequently bullied due to their race. As they grew older, they created a secret language which was unique and unintelligible to outsiders. They committed several crimes, including arson and theft, and were committed to England's Broadmoor Hospital for 11 years. The twins made a pact while at Broadmoor that one had to die so the other could lead a normal life. Jennifer decided that she would be the one to die, and at age 29 died on her sister's shoulder from a sudden inflammation of the heart. The cause remains a mystery, almost as if she had killed herself intentionally without the use of external factors. Number 2. Dan Cooper. On November 24, 1971, Dan Cooper told an air stewardess that he had a bomb in his suitcase. After demanding $200,000, he leapt from the back of a Boeing 727 as it was flying over the Pacific. In 1980, an 8-year-old boy found $5.8 thousand of soggy $20 bills washed up on the banks of the Columbia River. The serial numbers matched those of the ransom money given to Cooper. Cooper is the only man in US aviation history to hijack a plane and get away with it. He has not been seen since, and it is not known whether he survived the jump. Number 1. The Green Children of Woolpit. The Green Children of Woolpit were 2 children who appeared in the village of Woolpit, England in the 12th century. The children were brother and sister, and they had green-coloured skin. They spoke an unrecognised language and refused to eat anything other than pitch from bean pods. Eventually, their skin lost its green colour and they learned English. They explained that they were from the land of Saint Martin, which was a dark place where the sun never rose far above the horizon. To this day, the children remain one of the world's biggest mysteries.